All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan Battle video. So we got this notice in the news last night, which is interesting. Um, when I first saw this, I had an immediate thought, and I saw Proton and Rick kind of talking about this, sort of backing up what I was thinking about this too. So, I don't finding the specific like news articles actually would be like really difficult here. But a while ago, JP Dokkan added much stronger security, right? Which made like I believe it's either very difficult or impossible to play JP Dokkan on Emulator, for example. Now, as far as I'm aware, Global put in some of these same like anti measures or whatever, but didn't actually activate them, right? So I know that there's a lot of global players who use emulators. There's a lot of global players who are, very naughty with, auto clickers and shit like that, right? And Dokkan, I mean, pretty much just lets it fly. Uh, in reality, when we talk about Dokkan banning, Dokkan is like obscenely relaxed and like very like not strict at all. There was infamous bans. This is now 9 years ago. Yeah, dude. This is actually 9 years ago. This I probably could pull up pretty easily. Like, what if we just typed in ban wave? So what happened was back then, yeah, this is when, remember, like, oh, like, because of the Kaioken Goku burst mode, people thought they were going to get banned, wasn't going to happen. This was it, global ban wave right here 9 years ago. So what happened there was, I mean, I don't know, like, if I call it an exploit or what. But there was a thing people could do to duplicate items in your gift box. Anything in your gift box could be just like infinitely like multiplied. So, like players would get like stones and shit like that in there, whatever, and it would be infinitely multiplied and you would have, infinite stones. They cut that shit out. And remember, that was where, I like Big Daddy Toshi back in the day. I mean, he threw out that LR Broly, right before World Tournament as bait, suckered everyone into using LR Broly in the World Tournament or whatever it was, and then pressed that button, that ban wave went out, and all the players who had been using the duped stones were all eradicated. Outside of that specific situation, Dokkan is very relaxed on many things. People refund the game. Dokkan doesn't really care. Again, people use auto clickers. I mean, the bots are out of control. The bots are a huge concern. Now, I pulled this up because this is the type of video where we get into all this talk about, bots and modding and emulators and private servers and all that stuff. When I had a chance to talk to these guys, like just straight up, one of the things I did mention, by the way, which is glad to see it's coming to the game, is I did mention how it sucked that JP would get updates before global. And in my head, I was thinking about when the Dokkan 2 update, as we call it, dropped, right? When this update dropped back during, like, it was like right before the 10th anniversary, right? I, I was just looking at the chat and I was like, yeah, no, they can't do this. This right here. Global got it the next day, but like, nah, man. Like that shit. It needs to be the same time. Like, it's ridiculous to have shit not at the same time. It's absurd to have things not like fair between each version. Like, I don't like. So I'm glad they are cutting that up. But like, talk of like private servers. When I didn't even mention it to him. I did talk about bots though. The bots need to fucking go. And like a lot of people, I mean, I would just call it straight up. I mean, they're selfish little pricks where, oh, but daddy's got a summon itch. I need to, do a fuck off. Well, okay. I mean, that was my previous take. I'm a little bit more relaxed now that we have a friend system update. But regardless of what, heavy like modders and botters would talk about, all the people with the farmed bullshit accounts suckering kids into paying money for a modded created account is absurd. But that really helped ruin the friend system, right? Like, this just flooding it with garbage leads, and like these shitheads would keep like Android 18 SR as their leader and shit like that. So like if you look at your friend list and you see all these SR garbages, it's the fucking bastard botters is what it is. So I was like pushing that to them, like clean that shit up, because that's something that would help the friend system, which to me, when I was there talking with them, that was the number one concern. I said something along the lines of no, like Daima and Dokkan doesn't matter. None of this shit matters until the friend system is cleaned up, right? Like I made it that big of a priority to them. It's super sick that, I mean, they probably already had the update in the works, but I mean, within a couple of months, right? Like the friend system was at least, I mean, what percentage would we say it's fixed? 80% fixed, right? At the very least, I understand that it could be hard to find super good friends. You know, maybe you have 55%, who's a good kid, Deborah, and you can't find like a great rainbow Deborah friend to use, but at least you could use a good, like your own Deborah, a good Deborah. There have been many times throughout Dokkan history, they would drop some of these characters. Metal Cooler, before he got all the buffs, all of the, bug fixes for himself, team-wide buffs and shit. Metal Cooler would have been really tough for me to use in previous years, because I just don't think people did not summon for Metal Cooler. And people now go, oh my god. But like he literally had the worst banner of all time, Metal Cooler. Like that is a fact, by the way. I do not think there is another like TUR banner like Metal Cooler that was ever worse than this. This is the worst of all time outside of Metal Cooler himself and King Cold, who's really good. We've never seen a worse spread of characters. It's like Fat Boo is still solid, but Fat Boo has been on 500 new character banners, right? They spammed Fat Boo and EJL Super Saiyan 3 Goku, right? So, again, when I talked about that, like, with Amatsu and them, cleaning up botting was a major thing I said, again, because my focus was the friend system being fixed. It looks as though with this notice, damn, that was a long tangent, 7 minutes. Looks as though with this notice, to me, that they're probably about to implement this right here. Right, so this pushes level of verification on a device like on JP, basically saying we can't use emulators for global Dokkan anymore. I understand, like, not everyone is able to use like a super crazy phone and stuff like that, but I really do desire Dokkan to clean up all the horse shit. The modding, botting, like private server, all that type of shit, right? Like if they really wanted to, they could, right? Like just clean all that shit up. Right, I know people be going crazy with the auto clickers. I mean, I guess it's not the end of the world, right? Because like if you use that type of stuff in World Tournament, they do ban for that. But that's why, like, I made a tweet right here. This is not the usual World Tournament cheating equals ban message. So let's read this. But my assumption with this is no one is going to be banned, right? Like this is not like a ban thing. I don't think people's accounts are going to get nuked or anything, but I do think there's a good chance that upcoming soon, its security is going to go up, and yeah, emulators might not work anymore. That's a real thing. Now, hopefully, okay, there is a solution here, and this was mentioned to them several times. It's time for like a PC client, a Steam client for Dokkan, right? That would help a lot. Like do something like that. Legends has one, right? Like a PC one. We need to get one for Dokkan as well, and I think that could help some players as well. All right, so to ensure the best possible gaming experience, application not support on devices or operating systems that do not meet our recommended specifications. If you're using a device that matches any of the conditions below, you may be unable to log into the game. If you become able to log in due to using a device that matches one of the following conditions, you could transfer your data to a recommended device as long as your account is linked beforehand, okay? So, ineligible devices. Devices that have been rooted or jailbroken. had their OS restrictions removed. Devices using external tools or unauthorized software, and devices with significantly incorrect date and time settings. Uh-oh, okay, yes sir, Geppy. Yes sir. I remember I tried to do some foolishness like that, because remember, so apparently, I mean, I play JP Dokkan, so the loading is slower, and then this was when I discovered that on Android, the game runs 50 times slower than it does on iPhone, apparently. And there was that one mission that was literally impossible. I had to be on iPhone, right? Like that was a crazy day. Furthermore, measures such as account suspension may be applied to players confirmed to have engaged in unauthorized activities, including use of unauthorized software and modification of game data. I know a lot of people do auto clicker shit. Maybe it would be a good idea to tread lightly. I mean, fear mongering is not good, but again, this is not a typical notice they put here. I did see here, Rick makes a good point. Might be preparing us for possible security changes with the version update on the 21st, right? Which would be right before GDC, a big version update. That could like it could be something like that. Like that would make a ton of sense to me, right? Um oh. Oh shit. Okay, wait, let's see. An emulator became impossible. So this was, yeah, okay, this was 2021. Jesus, dude. Wow, it's been that long. Yeah, holy shit. Shout out to Nasaka right here. Damn. That's very helpful. Yeah, I took a glance, but like I could not remember exactly when this had happened. Okay, perfect. It's this exact thing. Okay, excellent. So that's exactly what they're going to do then. This is the look, it's the same notice. It's almost the same. Yeah, this is the same notice. So that's what's about to happen. Yeah. They're just going to make it much more difficult with the device you could use to actually play the game, right? And you're not able to use emulators and all this type of stuff. So I guess this is a warning to be well aware. If you are like an emulator only player, I mean, find a way to preserve your account, get it linked up to, Google or something, in preparation. Because yeah, because JP has had these security measures for a long time. Global kind of like whatever it was, whatever the correct wording is, half implemented them or something like that, but then didn't like press the button to turn them on. Because I remember we were following all this back then. I just didn't remember the exact time it was. Examples of unauthorized activities. Okay, so the one thing I'm not sure, I did see someone just asked too right below. What about auto clickers? No idea. I wouldn't risk it though. I'm unsure. Are auto clickers? Are y'all able to use auto clickers on JP? I know a lot of global players do that, right? Like I like grinding EZAs and grinding the what's the event, the raid, the All Star raid. Like I've seen a lot of people talk about using auto clickers to take down the raid. Let's see, that was in 2022, so it's just gonna be a little bit back this way. Yeah, there it is, Dokkan All Stars. This was so sick, by the way. I really hope they do this again. I know people would say, what? No. But like, bro, this was awesome. Back when they dropped this, I loved this shit. Nowadays, you could just very easily just sort of like destroy it with like any type of characters. But back then, like, these weaknesses and shit were actually important back then. It was. Yeah, damn, dude, I would love for them to do another one of these. They easily could, because so many of these stages, you would fight the enemy twice. Right now, they could take away a lot of these duplicates with a lot of new cards. Dude, how much fucking fun would this be? Oh my god, it'd be so sick. I don't care what anyone says, it'd be so damn sick. Yeah, do that, do that, do that. But yeah, so I'm not sure on the auto clickers, but emulators for sure. That's the one thing that looks like it is going to go away. Yeah, so using external tools for unauthorized software, modifying game data to gain an unfair advantage in gameplay, buying, selling, or transferring accounts, conducting fraudulent unauthorized purchases, any other actions that violate laws, regulations, or other terms of service are examples of unauthorized activities. Okay. I know there are some players that still vendor too. Maybe they would crack down on that. I mean, we'll see. We'll see, right? When an account is subject to disciplinary action, if unauthorized activity in violation of the terms of service is confirmed, the account will be suspended. Once it's been suspended, user will no longer be able to log in and play. And yep, it's GG. Important note regarding account transfers. Even if an account was acquired through a transfer from another player, requests for account recovery or other related requests cannot be accepted if the account has been suspended. Yeah, so y'all be very fucking careful about using these fucking farmed, botted accounts, man. Please refrain from transferring accounts, yeah. Operation team cannot be held liable for any disputes between players arising from account transfers. We do not guarantee application performance when using functions or tools outside the application. In the event that operational issues occur as a result of such use, please understand customer support will be unable to provide assistance. So, okay, going through this, seeing like some of the stuff. Let's see. Okay, so it does look like the main thing that they're probably gonna kill with this is emulators. That looks like it's what it's gonna be. Okay. Yeah, so keep this in mind, kids. It looks to me like what is going to happen here um is emulator usage. But again, there is an easy solution Dokkan could release, which I think is to make a PC application. So hopefully they would. Let me know what you guys think. Wait, did we go over? Yeah, we talked about that. We talked about that. Okay, perfect. Let me know what you guys think. I don't think anyone will end up being like banned from this or anything like that. So don't worry. Like, oh my god, I'm so nervous. Like, I wouldn't be super concerned about that. I think it's just this is just a pre-warning before they tighten up the security or whatever it is on global. So let me know what you guys think. I'll catch y'all when next time.